Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about... After all, Master is...
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but...
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my... Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, for this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on...
Got it. Although I don't know quite what...
Great! Well, now that we're all rested... But before we do that, let's go to the buildings. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhua. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhua. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
Wow. So it looks like the 3 of us are competitors now.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but Are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Su-Ling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
I heard that Lady...
Try something new at the one-man restaurant.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of...
Of course I have. So,
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weapons.
Yunjin? Stage use? Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? The types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of...
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. Oh, this is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortal...
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story?
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that in that village, there was a loving couple who were complete. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, if you...
What a nasty piece of work! Ugh.
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster...
No! Don't do...
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached them. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was... I'm not sure she deserves all the...
I've never considered... Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to... When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention...
I think it's a great story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some...
Don't we have a job to do? Zip.
This should be enough Star Splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there? Yeah. Zip.
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Huh. He didn't seem...
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted...
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Shenhua, Yunjin, look!
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shinho. You're alive. The room... I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But this place is deserted now.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go... Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
I came back here once before. It was deserted then, too. I tried explaining to them. When I saw how run down all these...
Suddenly... So...
Last time I visited...
It is easy for your...
Yes, my...
The remains of a god. Does this mean that the time frame certainly matches? Huh. What's this? So, Shenhe is the divine dam? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beliefs.
We looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there. This is it! So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tian. Let's go back and tell Shenhua the...
Huh?
One year when I was back visiting, I heard I was a very close friend of your father's. I bring flowers back here every year.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd... There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true...
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my...
It must have been so tough for you, huh?
Shenhua, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. I'll tell you more about the old time.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhua, look! This tells us how to find Sabrosium. All we gotta do is go...
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something just now, in the village, we found your father's diary.
Why?
I know I say that opera always
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learned... So, I hope that one day I might... But I've never thought this way before, and I...
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you...
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the chit! We can't let someone else beat us!
My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end.
Leave the wonder course to me. I'll work on it. Don't worry.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti.
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, but now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use you.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti are.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of... Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the plus strike yet!
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our 3 winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Mind be purged, world be saved. The assumption that every person has somewhere to call home is naive. I got used to living in the mountains alongside the birds and beasts a long time ago.